Okay, I'm back where I ended yesterday. Got a puddle to jump already. Okay. Going into a jungle right off the bat. Wow. So it's day 47 and I'm gonna be taking you through the Rice Creek Conservation Area today. Last night there was tornado warnings in Florida. The wind was really pretty severe, shaking our camper all up. But all in all, I had a good night. And thankfully it's peaceful today and sunny, but it's only gonna be in the 50s today. So perfect! I'm excited for this day to get going. Magnificent tree structures again. I would love to be here when the magnolias are blooming. But not enough to stay around. I bet there will be a lot of windfall in my path today. But at least it's cold and the snakes won't be out. So that's a bonus. A nice bench already? You think I'm gonna be tired already? Let's see. Sign in. Why not? Continuing with my hike through the Bible, Jacob is on his deathbed and he calls his sons together and says, I want to tell you what's going to befall you in the last days. How would Jacob know except the Lord spoke through him? And his sons knew that too. They knew that God was speaking to them through their father, so they could not argue or complain about what he said. Reuben was the firstborn, and Jacob bragged him up, saying, You are my might and the beginning of my strength, the excellency in dignity and the excellency in power. And then it fell flat. You are as unstable as water. You will not excel because you went up to your father's bed and defiled it. He had slept with Bilhah, his father's concubine. So because of that sin, his firstborn birthright was removed, and his tribe never did amount to much. Next came Simeon and Levi, who slew a whole town of men, and because of their brutality, it disqualified them from leadership. Jacob said their tribes would be divided and scattered in Israel. These are huge palmettos, like really tall. Well, that's too bad. I don't get to go to the Cedar Swamp Trail. Okay. I'm gonna stick to my Florida trail. Somebody's very rustic map. I'm right there. Oh, I think I see a swamp anyways. So yay. I love swamps. Oh. Very cool. I am loving this. Wow, look at this bridge. Fabulous. Oh. Just love the reflections. All right, this is one of my favorite walks so far on the Florida Trail. I'm loving it. If you love swamps, you'll love this walk. I got distracted there for a while. Anyway, it's true. Simeon's tribe eventually faded into nothing, and by the time they returned back to Canaan, Moses didn't even mention them. They eventually absorbed into the tribe of Judah. And instead of territorial inheritance, Levi received 48 cities that was scattered throughout the other tribes of Israel. However, their scattering was changed into a blessing because they were the tribe that was elected for the priesthood. Levi's descendants were eventually the only ones who stood for right at Mount Sinai during the golden calf incident when all the others fell. So because of this, they were appointed the religious leadership. I tell you, Rice Creek is just so pretty. There is a lot of bridges on this trail. I haven't even been filming them all. Just around every corner you find one. That's cool in there. That's a pretty shot with the sun in the water. Next came Judah, and it was he that received the rights of the firstborn. He was by no means perfect, but it was he that When the brothers were plotting to kill Joseph, he came up with a solution to save Joseph's life. He also offered his own life when pleading with Joseph on Benjamin's behalf. Jacob also refers to Judah as a lion, and the scepter shall not depart from Judah. A scepter is a symbol of royal authority. Judah was to continue as leader of the tribes until the time of the Messiah. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and to him shall be the obedience of the people. Shiloh was the Messiah, and in Jacob's prophecy, the Messiah would take over Judah's royal prerogatives as leader in Israel, and to whom all the nations would gather. And it's true, King David was from the tribe of Judah, and Jesus was from the tribe of Judah. Oh, there's my sign. Out to a little clearing. Zebulun was to dwell by the sea. Well, there's a faded blaze, so I guess I'm still doing okay. Issachar was a strong donkey and saw that rest was good and land was pleasant. This tribe proved to content itself with material good and devote itself to agriculture, and not strive for political power. They were as strong as donkeys, and they did fight when needed, but they were generally happy and content with their lot in life. Not quite a nicest trail in this section, and it looks like tick heaven this way. I will keep you posted. Dan shall be a judge, shall be a serpent by the way, a viper by the path that bites the horse's heels so that the rider falls back. Samson was from the tribe of Dan and was a judge, and with the cunningness of a serpent he overthrew his strongest foes. Hoffmans Crossing. This sounds important. It's nice to have wire on here for good grips. Kick off the branches. It's a pretty long boardwalk. I had to stop and read about this catwalk. It's going over 9 Mile Swamp, if that means anything. I'm very grateful for it, because it would be pretty sloppy going. Glad there's a railing. Whoa. It's a bit soft in places and wobbly. Not complaining at all. Got a visitor. fun to be given the opportunity to walk right through a swamp. Like, not too many people get to do this. The poor construction people, they definitely had to get wet. Oh, I see a bench. Whoa, I was wanting a bench. I'm going to stop here and take my sweater off because I am warm. I've walked a little ways after my break and it still keeps going. Pretty impressive. All right, carrying on. It, however, seems that the tribe of Dan was the first ones to introduce idol worship in Israel. And since their character would not qualify anyone for admission to the heavenly Canaan, the name of Dan alone among the 12 tribes is omitted from their enumeration in Revelation. A troop shall tramp upon God, but he shall triumph at last. Got this road walk now for quite a ways, it seems. It's pleasant enough. The Gadites displayed their bravery, and they came to David described as lions, and their swiftness was described as a gazelle. They were a valiant tribe. Bread from Asher shall be rich, and he shall yield royal dainties. In fulfillment of this prediction, Asher received the most fertile land in Canaan, abounding in wheat and oil, with which Solomon supplied the household of King Hiram. Naphtali is a deer let loose. He uses beautiful words. Not much is known about this tribe except that it helped Zebulun with Barak obtain a great victory over the Canaanite king Jabin, and which the prophetess Deborah commemorated it with her celebrated song. Coming up to Highway 20. Looks like a pretty busy road. Oh good, I was wondering how I was going to get through. It's even left ajar. Oh boy, it's a 4-lane. I see my gate over there. No. No, no, no. Oh good. Maybe there's some logs. I don't want to get wet. I don't. Nope. Sugar. I'll let you know how it goes. Well, I had to go upstream a bit and I got a little bit wet, but not horrible. I had to do some bushwhacking though. I'm sure the people driving by were laughing at me. Such is life. And now this is my scenery. Straight path. Jacob had a lot to say about Joseph, the firstborn of his beloved Rachel. His heart swelled with love, and in the most expressive words and figures, he besought unlimited blessing for Joseph. Joseph is a fruitful bough by a well. His branches run over the wall. The archers have bitterly grieved him, shot at him, and hated him. But his bow remained in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From there is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. By the God of your father who will help you, and by the Almighty who will bless you with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lies beneath, blessings of the breasts of the womb. The blessings of your father have excelled the blessings of my ancestors. Up to the utmost bound of the everlasting hills they shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him who was separate from his brothers. Lastly, Benjamin is a ravenous wolf. In the morning he shall devour his prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. The Benjamites were distinguished archers and slingers. The heroic judge Ehud was from the tribe of Benjamin, along with King Saul and his valiant and chivalrous son Jonathan. After giving them the blessings, he again implored them to bury him in the cave in Canaan. Then it says, when he had finished commanding his sons, he drew up his feet and breathed his last. Jacob was 147 years old when he died. He had a very tough life, but he remained faithful to God. The Bible does not gloss things over and try to conceal the sins of characters like Jacob and his sons. Men who God favored and gave great responsibilities were sometimes overcome by temptation and committed sins. So their lives, with all their faults, are open before us, both as an encouragement and as a warning. If they had presented without fault, we might despair, because we see how sinful we are. But when we see how they overcame and conquered through the grace of God, so we too can be overcomers in the strength of Jesus. It's mid-afternoon and I'm in the swamp area, and there's birds twittering, and there's swamp on this side too. So far, walking through all that tall grass and everything, I got one tick on me. So not too bad, could be worse. At least one that I know of. Does this look secure to you? Not bad. I have to cross Highway 19, and it's the end of my day. I've done 12.1 miles today. I'm pretty tired, so I'll see you tomorrow. What is preventing you from giving your life to Jesus and receiving all the blessings he has for you? Thanks for watching.